Rhode Island State Police Superintendent James Manni is retiring at the end of next month to become the town manager in South Kingstown. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kim Kalunian.
I'm Mike Montecalvo. In a wide-ranging interview with Target 12 investigator Tim White, Manni tells us he's leaving the agency sooner than he expected. Target 12 investigator Tim White is here now with the details.
I sat down with Colonel James Manni in the same room at State Police headquarters where I interviewed him shortly after he took the job just over 3 years ago.
There's always a succession.
In 2019, we asked then brand new Colonel James Manni how long he saw himself in the position.
I'd like to be here a long time. It's been a lifelong dream to get here, and I will stay as long as I'm welcome.
On Wednesday, we sat down with the Colonel again as he's preparing to leave the agency. I'm curious if you find 3 years to be a long time and if you still feel welcome.
Well, I definitely feel welcome. So that's not what this is about. As long as looking back at 3 years, I would have liked to stay 4 to 5 years at a minimum. But looking at what the past 2 years have been like, I think we could all agree that accelerates everything. It's been a very challenging time.
Colonel Manni says the job opening as town manager in South Kingstown was a position he did not want to pass up.
There are certain things that I'll never forget.
He says one of the most memorable moments as colonel was when then Governor Gina Raimondo ordered the state police to stop out-of-state motorists coming into Rhode Island at the start of the pandemic.
At the time it was very controversial. We were diverting traffic with thousands of vehicles crossing the state line down Hope Valley, especially coming from the south. And I drove down there quite a bit to see it firsthand. And I'll never forget driving that stretch of highway from exit 3 to exit 2, southbound, and then vice versa, northbound, and not seeing one vehicle on the road. Not one.
Manni says he has had to make many tough and sometimes unpopular decisions, particularly with personnel matters.
I have this moral compass that sits on my desk, and it's in my pocket. My wife thinks it's corny. Well, I brought it to show you. So it sits on my desk, and sometimes when you're going to make these real tough decisions, you look down at it, and you know the needle never moves. It's always facing north. So no matter how you turn it, it's facing the right way. The right decision has to be made. Take all the other variables out of it, and there's really only one right answer to any question you have.
Manni is set to retire at the end of April. Governor Dan McKee said he would announce Manni's successor before that date. With the Target 12 investigators, Tim White, 12 News.